Facebook family, we are live once again from the Adams County Home Show at the All-Star Events Complex up here in Gettysburg. This is probably going to be the last live that we're going to do today. I have some vendors here that have been close to us. We got Madison and we got Paulie. Paulie is with C3 America. He's an exterior company. And you are with
Michael Ollinger Paving and
Michael Ollinger Paving. So they were just the unfortunate people that I went over and scooped up and said, you guys are coming with me. So what I want to talk about right now, number one, I want to get to know you guys. I want to get to know what you guys do for your companies. I want to know how your show experience was. I know that this is, I spoke to one of the guys over there at your stand, and it was your guys' first time at the show.
First time, yeah.
And I just want to get to know you guys personally. So we'll start with Madison here. Is this you guys' first time at the show?
This is my first time, but not Michael's first time.
Gotcha.
This is our third show here.
Do you guys do any other shows around the community or anything?
We're going to do the Hanover Builder Show as well.
Okay, awesome. How was the turnout for you guys? Has it been beneficial for you guys as a company?
It was slower than it was in the past 2 years, but it's still beneficial,
Yeah.
meeting people in community.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So what do you do with your company?
I'm the office manager, so I
awesome.
do all the, I send all the proposals, the payroll, the filing, and all stuff like that.
Awesome. We are very big advocates for gender equality, women in construction and women in the fields, because I know you can agree with me. Paperwork and men usually do not mix very well.
No, not
usually
at all.
do not mix very well.
Not at all.
And it takes a village to run these operations. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Teamwork. We call that our circle of safety.
Yep.
If everyone, envision the company and everyone is a link of that chain.
Yep,
Right?
absolutely.
So one of those links breaks.
It's game over.
Right. If I know that you're doing your job, I can do my job,
Definitely.
right? And if someone isn't able to keep up with that circle of safety, then it takes, you have to take energy out of your normal duties
Away
to
from-
pick up that pace.
Wow.
So we call that our circle of safety at TC Becker. So that's awesome. That's
Yep.
awesome. I know we have a whole squad of women behind the scenes that make everything run, and their job is just as important as the guy in the field. And
Sometimes it's more important.
Absolutely.
I mean, let's just be real about it.
And I'm glad that you said that, man,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of things that I'm not good at when it comes to, keeping up with appointments sometimes, or, calling someone back, or answering an email, or
Payments.
Yes.
Payments huge.
Yes, absolutely.
We come off too brash. Men do.
Yeah.
It's easier with a woman.
That's very true. And one of the things that stuck out to me, I believe it was you that I was talking to outside yesterday. If you want to get technical, we could call each other competitors, right? We bid the same jobs sometimes. But one of the things that you said to me was, there's enough food out there for everyone.
For everyone.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And all our viewers that watch on a weekly basis understand how we feel about that. It's more beneficial for the consumer if people like us can network and bounce things off each other. There could be a time that you're too busy or I'm too busy, or maybe it's not something that fully fits our criteria of being able to service the customer. So to be able to bounce that off of somebody that you've networked with and that does good work, that's just beneficial to the consumer.
It is, and
Definitely.
you get the ones that try to badmouth. Let's
Right.
be real, you have
Yes.
them. If it was me as a consumer, I'm not taking you.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Right.
I want the guys that can work together.
Absolutely,
I get it, man.
Yeah.
Your number is yours. Ours is ours.
Absolutely.
It is what it is. You have a different
Absolutely.
product that we use.
Absolutely, man.
That's what we have to do.
Absolutely. We just always try to stress, number one, I agree with, you don't want to badmouth people. It just makes you look bad. It
Yep,
really
I
does.
agree. Yep.
It really does. Let your work speak for itself. Let your customer service speak for itself. Because the number one importance, when you're out there in the field, educate your consumers. You know what I mean? You
all
want to
about
educate.
education.
If you're educating your customer and you're doing your job, that should speak for itself. You know what I mean? There is no competition in that, because if someone else wins that job, then the best man won it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if you are able to offer the happiness to the consumer that I wasn't able to offer, then they should go with that. And we always tell people, get multiple estimates. I don't want to be the only one out there that gets an estimate. You should, when we're talking about someone's home, that's their baby.
It's an
What I mean?
investment.
That's the biggest investment that you have
Yep.
in your life.
I've always said
That's what
that.
keeps your family safe. That's what you go home to every day. That's what we're all working for, right? So when you're putting money into your biggest investment that you have, you should be getting multiple opinions on that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, I
And
agree.
you know, you usually don't want to go with the most expensive. You usually don't want to go with the most. With the
You wanna be
cheapest, but
right there.
Find where you get that value.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And if that's, you know, the funny guy that knocks on your door that just makes you laugh and legitimately cares about you,
Yep.
shark bait. I mean,
I honestly, if he was my first estimate, I'm signing it with him.
yeah. I mean,
I'm being real.
yeah. So we did a roof conference last year called RoofCon. The sound of RoofCon makes it sound like it's just strictly a roofing thing, right? But it's not. There was a lot of different vendors there. Anything from like IT guys to vehicle maintenance services to roofing contractors, that kind of stuff. But it was more of like a personal growth conference.
Yeah.
And they had a lot of really cool speakers and stuff out there. So Ty, get on in here, bro. Get on in here, brother. We got Madison.
It's the hammer right here, man. What's up, bro?
How are
nice
you?
to meet you.
Nice to meet you, I'm Paulie.
Paulie.
So we
I'm
got
Ty.
Paulie here from C3 America.
Nice.
And we have Madison.
Madison, nice to meet you too.
I'm office manager for Michael Warner.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
So
we
we were
always
just
need
talking-
a good
yeah.
manager,
Yes.
especially an office manager. Keep us boys straight, right?
Yes.
Absolutely,
Someone
man.
has to.
Absolutely.
I know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about number one, the importance of networking.
Absolutely.
With competition. I'm
Yeah.
going to put that in quotation marks because
Right.
It's better for the consumer if everyone kind of works together and
well,
has that friendly.
competition is shitty word. I'd rather say it as like a worthy rival.
I like
yeah,
that.
You know-
I like that. I mean, we're all rivals in
Yeah.
a sense because we're all competing for that wall.
Absolutely.
Right.
So competition is, you know, just
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't look at you guys like competition.
Yep.
There's enough work out there for everybody, and honestly, if we could all raise the industry up and raise each other up, it would be much better.
Yeah.
Like, let's just use this as instance. Like, if we get too busy, and it's like, it'd be so cool if I could call you up and be like, yo, man, I got these 3 customers. Could you take them on for me?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely. I have
Like,
no
if
problem
you
with
could
that.
build like a networking with a group of guys,
Yes.
then it would keep probably the pricing.
It would stay level.
Yep.
It'd be a level playing
Yep.
field 100%.
You know, and we could just work together, network with each other, help each other out, whether it be, hey, we got too many leads. Here, take some of these for us. We trust you. We know you'll do a good job.
Yep.
You know, and that's kind of the mindset that we have, you know, or just questions like, let's say you know, office manager, hey, do you mind if I talk to Kim? Like, we have an office manager as well.
Yeah.
Like, if you guys are struggling in an area, and not that we might not be better at it or not.
Right. You have different insights.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys might
Exactly.
have
Have you
different
guys
input.
encountered this problem before? You
Right.
Because
Right.
I mean, I don't know if you guys run on QuickBooks.
Yes,
but like,
QuickBooks,
But
yes.
like,
Yes.
hey, I got this issue with QuickBooks. You know,
Exactly.
what CRM do you use? Does it merge
Yes,
with this? Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Or
there's
how
so
you,
many
yep.
different trade
I don't
things
want to
that
have my business.
we go through on a daily basis.
Yes.
That, like, you know, 10 years ago, you know, I love where our industry is right now because 10 years ago,
It wasn't
God,
like
you pick up
at
your
all.
phone and call somebody that's in the same kind of industry as you and try to ask them a question.
No,
You're gonna get
don't-
laughed out the
Yeah.
door.
Don't even do it.
Yeah.
You always got to click.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
You had
And
to act like you
social
were somebody
media,
else.
I think, in the past 5 years has kind of started to change that. That
It brings everybody together.
Yeah.
Just because you can see, I can see your guys' quality of work. You can see mine. I post on my personal page.
Yep.
You know, I don't care.
Right.
This is
Right.
what we do. We
Yep.
use this product. This is what it is. I PM my own job, so I make sure the quality's there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. So
It
I was
is.
just telling them about the RoofCon conference
Mm.
that we went to. That was kind of a game changer for us because, you know, I didn't go down there necessarily to learn about roofing. You know, I learned some things. You know, some, you know, objection strategies and that kind of thing. But what I do on a daily basis is new construction. So I don't really deal with homeowners very often.
Yeah.
I do run our service department, so I do deal with them a little bit. But usually it's just on like warranty things and that kind of stuff. I'm not trying to sell anything.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So the personal growth that I got, how to be a better father, how to be a better person,
Yeah.
you know, how to be a better friend, how to be a better leader. You know what I mean? We are so involved in that leadership thing right now,
Yeah.
and you know, the integrity and just trying to get the best out of your men. You know, not by just this is what you're going to do.
Yeah, the
every
old
day
school
and
mentality
whatever.
that
Yes.
we grew up in.
The
Right.
old school
You know,
mentality
but-
is
Yeah.
not working.
Yes,
No,
but
not anymore. Not
yes.
even close.
Leading by example,
Yes.
and like, You know, how can I help you as a person? Get to know each individual person, because what makes him tick and what motivates him every day is different than what motivates me. And you need to know that about your men.
Yeah.
You know what
And
I
then
mean?
you can grow their
And women.
strengths, too.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. We call that finding the right seat on the bus. Right?
Yeah.
So just because you're not good at this thing, I'm not going to fire you for that.
Right.
That means that I wasn't doing my job as a leader and putting you in the right position to
Right,
succeed.
right.
Right.
Ah, I
So
love that.
Yeah.
that is, as leaders, that's our job,
Yeah.
to create
Right.
micro leaders.
Set people up for success
Right.
and not failure.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
just because you're not good at one thing doesn't mean you won't excel
Yeah.
in another
You
area.
Yeah,
have- you have
exactly.
in sales, you have
Yes.
some people that excel in roofs. They're not very good in siding or windows.
Exactly.
Keep them over on the roof side.
Exactly.
Right.
It is
Yeah.
what it is.
That's their specialty.
Yeah.
You know, people don't leave jobs; they leave managers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
They leave
Yep.
bosses.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Yeah.
And the sooner that people can understand that, the better it is going to be for everybody. You know,
Most
we
definitely.
preach that so much, and we're so big right now into processes and figuring
Systems.
out systems and processes,
Duplicating
getting processes
things.
in place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can we duplicate this? You know, I may be like, I run on autopilot half the day. We,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I don't know how you guys are in your company, but everyone wears multiple hats.
Yep.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
In the office they do.
one day I might be out talking to a homeowner dealing with a fire out here. The next day I'm inside doing IT stuff, trying to figure out a CRM issue.
Yes.
The next day I'm answering questions about QuickBooks. Like, we all wear numerous hats.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably wears them all. He's
Yeah.
worn
At
them
one
all.
point in
You
time.
had to wear them all.
Yes,
He has
right.
worn them all.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I know that he'll attest to this, and any of you guys that are in those higher level positions, being able to understand when you need help.
Yes.
You know what I
Yes.
mean?
And it's not a weakness.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, for
Yes.
sure.
Yep.
You know, because you know, he used to run everything himself, and you know, he was good at everything, but everything's full-time jobs. You know,
Burns
You
you
have-
out.
It burns
Yeah.
you out
Very, very
fast.
For
quick.
sure.
That's how it was when
Yeah.
I had a business, a residential installation business. I did it all.
Yeah.
It was tiring.
It is.
It puts a toll on your family too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep.
And what I realized is if I could find someone that did it 70% as well as I did it, they were doing it 100% better than the way that I am doing it now.
Right.
Because I'm spread so thin.
Yeah.
Or I was.
Yeah,
You know,
you were- yeah.
spread so thin that it was like they're doing it 100 times better than I'm doing it now. I'm just mediocre at everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't excel in any of
Right.
it.
Yep.
Because you're spread so thin.
Yeah, exactly. And it took
Right.
me a little bit to figure that out. And plus ego and pride and fear,
Right.
That's
thinking
tough.
that nobody can do it as well as I
It's
do.
that old school mentality.
Yeah, right. You know, and
Yep.
just trusting someone
Yeah.
because it's your baby. You build it, blood, sweat, and tears. All of that goes into it. And it's like, finally, when the pain was great enough, I was ready to get off my dead ass and do something about it. do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because going
Yeah.
home burn out, and it's like when I would go home, my family only got crumbs of me. You know what I mean? I couldn't give them my all because it was like he said, I was on autopilot, just laser focused, and then burn out, and then. There would be mornings it was like, man, I just can't do it today.
Yeah.
I cannot do another day like this,
Yeah.
like it was yesterday, or weeks and months and years just turned into like a blur.
Yeah.
You know, and then finally, like you said, manning up and or whatever you want to call it, but being able to reach out for help, hiring, trying to find the right people that could fill those shoes, and then like Chris touched on earlier, it was like all of these things that I thought were tasks were actually full-time jobs for people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it created actual jobs, full-time jobs, 8-10 hour day jobs for people. You know, and I'm trying to get them all done in one day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Free job.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Doesn't
it was
work.
crazy,
Roasting
man.
yourself on a daily
Yeah,
basis.
man.
And then
Thank
you can't
God.
do every job to the best of your ability.
Yes, for sure, because I don't want to fail.
Right.
No. Nobody likes
You
to
know?
fail.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
It's part of
What,
life.
Yeah,
what,
man.
what motivates you guys? You know, let's and I'm going to put it like this. So I ask this question anytime we have a guest on our hourly podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I always ask it the question. Like normally we have business owners, right? Successful business owners. I'm sure you guys have all worked for business owners that are either hands-on, they're in the company every day.
Yeah.
Some guys are out playing golf all the time,
Yep.
right? So not only what motivates you to get up and work every day, but what motivates you to get up and put your best foot forward and perform at a high level? You know, what's that motivation?
For me, it's freedom.
freedom.
Freedom. I want to have that freedom. If I can go out, bust my ass 4 days out of the week, Monday through Thursday, and I can take that time on a Friday during the summer when my kids are off, and I can spend that whole entire day. It's because I busted my home for those 4 days,
Yes.
and it's okay. I can do it.
Yeah.
I have that financial freedom.
Great
You know?
answer, man.
And you know, I have young kids, so that's my big thing. I
Yeah.
coach sports, so that's what it is for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
I also have I have a young son. He's 2, so my family. Plus, I really like the company I work for and what they stand behind.
That
so
helps a
that
lot,
helps
right?
a lot.
That
Yep.
helps a whole lot.
Yes. it
I'll
does.
never
And you
forget.
work for the same company, right?
No.
No.
Nope.
Oh, 2
Maybe.
different
Yeah, I
companies.
grabbed
Yeah.
2 different people, bro.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm trying to envision, you know, you sitting in the office and him out, you know, going and looking at roofs.
He
and
pulled 2 different.
Okay.
Yeah,
and I was
two
like,
different-
you and you, let's go.
Okay, awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, I didn't catch the name of the company.
Michael Olinger Paving and Seal Coating.
Okay,
Yep,
cool.
in Gettysburg.
From Gettysburg.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
awesome. C3 exteriors.
Yep,
Or,
out of
yeah,
Hanover.
yeah. I've never heard a bad thing about you guys. I've only heard good stuff.
Try.
I'll be honest with
Try,
you.
honestly. I mean,
That's great, man.
it comes
Yeah.
down to quality. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, Carney, the owner, he's actually younger than me. He's 28, I think.
Awesome.
Don't hold me to
Yeah,
that one, but
right,
he is
right.
young. But it's training.
Yeah.
We do training like twice a week. You know, in person, especially in the off season like now.
Yeah.
We're in the office in the conference room.
Yeah.
We have, you know, guys down on Eastern Shore,
Yeah.
Carolinas. They're on Zoom.
Yep.
So
Nice.
you
Oh,
have
that's
to be
really
on it.
awesome.
Yeah.
So,
How awesome is technology that we can do that?
Crazy.
it is,
It
but,
is.
but let's be real. It's nice to have that they're there on Zoom. You get so much more in person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You know,
Yes.
you have to focus.
Yes.
On Zoom, I
Yes.
can just turn you turn your microphone off, you turn your camera off, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
know,
Hey,
you can do
spacing
it.
out,
It
smoking
does
cig,
space out,
you
yeah.
know,
Yep.
put it
I have
out
no
real
idea.
quick, put the
Yeah.
mic back on. I've done it. I'm guilty of it.
yeah, it
right.
is what it is.
Turn the mic
Right.
back on. Hello, yep, I'm here. I'm
A
here.
good friend of ours went to work for you guys a little while ago, Mike Ippoliti.
Yeah.
He's your CTO.
Is that where he went?
Uh huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My man.
You guys use Job Progress?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Mike's a good dude, man. He's
Absolutely,
a
man.
great guy to
Yeah, we
have
just
on
saw
your team.
him. We were just in Atlantic City on Thursday for
Awesome.
the big conference.
Yeah, the ABC.
Yeah, for
yeah.
ABC.
Yeah.
He was good.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a good dude, man. He's
Yeah.
a good dude. He
Yeah.
came up and actually got our CRM up and running.
For a week.
I had him over at my
He spent
house
a week
after,
at our-
after work one day drinking some beers and
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, he's a cool dude.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
He's got a good story. He's just a genuinely good
Yeah.
person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys were lucky to have him because
yeah.
he's smart, he's intelligent, honest, loyal. I mean, just a great guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mike, if you end up watching this, man, I miss you, brother.
Yeah.
I
No doubt.
miss you. I miss you at JP. JP has definitely.
Yeah.
We just use
I can
him.
notice the
We
difference.
just called Mike.
Yeah, right.
And he talks to JP.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he knows who to speak to over there.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, he,
Yeah.
he said he built a lot of JP. It was like a lot of his ideas for
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I mean, I love it. It's a great, for the calendar. We have two girls that live, one's in Kansas, I think Tennessee. They do all of our scheduling for us.
Yep.
As long as we keep our schedule up to date, they know when they can book us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
We use it, so we had to find something. We've went through a couple different programs. We had to find something that we were able to mold to what we do. So
Yeah.
all the other CRMs that we got, it was almost like, all right, guys, this is what you do. You guys have to figure out how to work around our CRM, right? So we're like, that's
Yeah.
cool and all, but like,
Yeah.
why can't someone mold their CRM around us?
Yes.
Why do we got to change how we do?
Right.
Yeah.
So we had this light bulb when we got JP. It's like, okay, in taking customers, we work with a lot of purchase orders,
Yeah.
right? So we do a lot of new construction. So,
Yeah.
the estimate, is just a fancy word for purchase order. right?
Yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
We just already know the dollar amount.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
we had to mold a couple things, and it
Yeah.
was about a 14-month process
Yeah,
of setting
it took
everything up.
forever.
Yeah, but,
Yeah, thank
but we
God that's
finally
over.
have something that is duplicatable, because that's the big thing. If we want
Yeah.
to open up another place somewhere,
Yeah.
it's easy for me to say, well, this is how I do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Yeah.
can I train somebody to do this at a high level?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
'Cause That's
Yeah.
what's
Well,
important.
that's how we are. We're down in the Carolinas.
Right.
Delaware. We have.
Yep.
They have to learn how to use it.
Yeah.
And how do you do it? Zoom.
Yeah.
Share a screen.
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
how you do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's how I
For
learned.
sure.
How I learned QuickBooks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And
That's
how long
awesome.
have you worked there?
About 9 months.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's good stuff. What
Yeah.
about you, man? How long
I've
have you
been with C3 since August.
Okay.
But I was project manager building houses. I came from being a project manager building 5-story commercial buildings down in DC. So
Yeah.
been around the industry.
Yeah.
Right on.
How much of a difference was it? And I'm only asking this because I come from a commercial too before I came to TC back here. How much of a learning curve was it going from commercial to residential for you?
In what aspect? Framing?
As far as like everything, just
So,
like standards
when
and
I
like
start-
everything,
when I
and
started
how
with-
it runs.
A lot of stuff I started with my father-in-law. He owned a commercial insulation business, so it was pipe covering, duct wrap. I came from commercial. It was not hard, especially when I started my business. I jumped right into residential just because of that construction knowledge. I knew it,
Yep.
and it was easy for that transition for me just because of construction. I was
Yeah.
able to take it and just run with it. Now I get it. There are some guys that have that hard. I think it's harder to go from
Residential.
to commercial.
Yes, that's
totally
what I was
different
thinking.
pace.
Yeah.
Totally different
Yeah.
pace.
Yeah. So you probably had it a little bit easier than most guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it is. I feel like you're held to a higher level in commercial.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So like when you come from commercial to residential, like you're almost, I don't want to say stepping down. 'Cause that's not what.
No,
I
you're
mean by
definitely
that
not. You're
whatsoever.
adding to that team,
Oh,
especially in
absolutely.
building. You know, when I was a PM for Dan Ryan Builders, you're bringing in quality.
Yep.
I knew where I had to be on that framing quality of on a stick build. I didn't know you could stick build anything in the United States. 5 stories.
Yeah. Right.
That's the highest you can go as of right now. You can go. I know up in Canada, I think they're going 8 stories on stick
Oh,
build.
really?
Wow.
Yeah. So I had to learn, shear walls, everything.
Yeah,
It's
man.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I was able to take that,
And that knowledge and
it was nice. It was nice. It
Yeah,
helped with
I think like
quality.
the inspections and like the codes and everything are a little bit more strict
Absolutely.
in commercial too. So
They are.
my, yeah.
Well, especially
Things
like
are thicker
with
and
load.
bigger.
Yeah,
you
with
know,
load.
Yes,
and
for
heavier.
sure.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure. So, do you guys do residential?
Yeah, we do residential, commercial.
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay, what would you say the bread and butter is?
Probably
Like,
commercial.
Probably commercial.
Yeah.
So it's like a 75%
Yeah.
commercial and 25%
Yeah, I'd say.
residential.
Yeah, I'd
Awesome.
say. Yeah.
Okay. And what was the name? I'm sorry.
Michael Ollinger. Paving
Michael
and seal coating.
Orlinger in seal coating. Okay, I want to remember that so
Yep.
we can,
Yeah.
shout you guys out and
Yeah, absolutely.
And,
And
refer you guys to people.
I definitely want you guys to know that if there's anything that TC Backer can ever help you guys with,
Yeah, for
any
real.
ideas or
Yeah.
help with anything whatsoever, you got friends in us for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same.
Yeah,
same.
thank you. For
Definitely.
real.
Let's definitely keep the networking
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
And I would love to have each of you guys individually. If you guys have like an owner that you want to bring or something like that
Yeah.
too, we'll get you guys booked for an hour-long podcast at our studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael would love
and
Yeah, I know Carter could like. I know
actually
Carter
get into the
could do it.
nitty-gritty
Yeah.
of each one of your companies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
love
Awesome.
that.
Yeah.
Where's your office at?
In Dover.
In Dover?
Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
That's not bad.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so we have a studio. It's a little bit more put together in this. This is just our road thing that we
Yeah.
do here. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's really
fun.
nice. Yeah.
we
Thank
call
you.
this like our garage band.
Yeah.
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 We all
It's a
get
fun
done-
little project.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. A
Yeah.
little side project that we
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
And this is what, our second year of doing it consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus
You
you grow all
guys
your
are going to the
connections,
Hanover show
too.
then?
Yeah.
The Hanover
We're
show?
doing the Hanover May.
I think so. When is that?
May 13th, 14th, and 15th.
Okay, because I wasn't sure if they were going
They
to have
just
it or not.
announced it.
Is it in
Okay.
the same building that it was?
They
2
haven't
years
announced
ago?
where it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I
they,
hope it's not in that same.
the
Wise.
Wise.
The
The
Wise.
Wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't announced where.
We're trying to put these walls into that building.
Yeah.
They have those 8-foot tall
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
It's like our walls are 10 foot, so we're literally, and we had an 8-foot loading dock. We had to get them
Yes.
on, so we had to literally hump these
Ridiculous.
Oh my
It
gosh.
was so bad.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
We actually, that was our old setup.
Uh-huh.
We actually changed how our thing was built.
Because
we
of
put,
that?
Yeah, we put
Because-
Yeah.
aluminum studs inside
Yeah.
there to make them a little lighter. 'Cause
Uh-huh.
We had to
Yeah,
carry
steel
these
studs,
things.
yeah.
It was horrible.
And I
Yeah.
don't even know what building they would put that in. The only thing
No.
I think of is maybe Bonton,
Maybe.
Yeah.
right
Maybe.
beside Home
Yeah,
Depot.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be the best
That'd be a
place.
great
Yeah, well,
place.
parking would be good.
Or what about over by the mall? Hanover Mall. What was
They did it at the mall 2 years ago.
Boscov's? Is that what was supposed to go in there?
I think you're right. Boscov's.
You do that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they said
They're the
that.
only
Start
two.
a
If
petition.
you think
Yeah.
about it, they're the only two
Right.
buildings that'll fit anything
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the Wise Market's rough.
Yeah, they said
For
they're
sure.
gonna announce in the next couple weeks.
That'll
Send
probably be
emails.
where it is, though.
it has to
Yeah.
be one of those two buildings.
Yeah.
Probably.
We'll have to
Yeah.
But
get-
why
we'll
would
have
you
to
not
get,
put it on Eisenhower Drive, where it's the most heavily
Oh,
traveled
heavily
area?
Yes.
traffic.
Let's be
And
real. I
put-
grew up in Hanover. Right?
Put
Yeah.
a, put a couple signs there, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it would help everybody.
Especially
Yes.
since they're having it in May, because it's really not that far away.
Yeah,
to
it's
get
not.
the word out.
Yeah,
You know.
100%.
Right. Nice
Some
for us to
commercials,
post our
Facebook
office.
posts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
I
Awesome.
agree.
All right, cool. So
Well, thank you guys for coming on.
Well, thank you
Yeah,
for having
appreciate
I
us.
it.
think we're gonna
Yeah.
wrap this up. We appreciate you guys,
Yes.
and
Thank
I'll,
you.
I'll definitely get you guys information and stuff. We'll book
Yeah.
you guys on something, and
Perfect.
and Facebook. We appreciate you guys for constantly sticking
Yes.
with us and,
Thank you.
and following us and liking our stuff. Do you guys have Facebook pages?
Yeah. Yep.
Your company Facebook pages?
We do C3 American Exteriors.
Awesome.
And we're on Instagram also.
TC Backer family, hop on there and give these guys
Yes.
some likes.
And that paving guy. For
That paving guy?
That
That's the
paving
one that I
guy.
was gonna say when you
Yes,
said
that
the name.
paving
I
guy.
was like, I thought
our
it was that
website.
paving guy.
Okay,
Yep,
cool.
that
Good.
paving
That's
guy.
easier for me to remember.
Yep,
Thank
that
you.
paving guy.
Michael
Olinger.
Olinger.
Yeah,
Okay.
when you said
That
Michael
paving
Olinger,
guy.
I was like, I could have swore that it was like that something.
That paving
Yeah.
guy.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Good stuff.
Well, yeah, Facebook family, we appreciate you guys. This is going to be our last live for the weekend. We'll see you guys Wednesday for episode 113
Yeah.
at 7 p.m. We have a very, very, very special guest coming on.
Hopefully.
It's going to be a banger.
We have-
Hopefully,
yeah.
if he confirms here. But
Yeah.
if not, we have a backup. So
Yes,
either
we
way,
do.
they're going to be very, good, very, very good guests.
Yep.
Coming in, they're both from the roofing industry.
Yep.
Definitely heavy hitters. So make
Mm-hmm.
sure you guys tune in for that. We'll see you guys at 7 p.m. on Wednesday for episode 113. Everyone have a great rest of your weekend. We love you guys. Be safe.
Bye.